that
and Ready Player One in general was super fun
yeah.
because
Well, it's
he
Steven again.
was very busy, but it was also like a throwback to a lot of famous sounds, and stuff from my youth.
Yeah, that's another thing. The whole palette of Easter eggs of sound and such
Right.
great. You get your time, the DeLorean time machine, and
Yeah,
you
and
know,
then and we had to, and Mr. Spielberg was like telling the stories. Oh, on the set for Marty McFly, he would just tell the story. Oh no, they did that by just popping a CO2 canister. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. So then I would recreate the sound. Like sometimes I had to recreate the sounds, like the start of the DeLorean. I went and just like I would like listen to the old tape. Yeah,
film, yeah.
film, yeah, and recreate it, and also from his description of what he remembered hearing that.
Well, there was a little bit of what Ben made for the land speeder, wasn't there, for Star Wars? A little bit of that went into the
DeLorean.
Yeah. No, I thought that was from in the original Back to the Future, but I don't.
I don't know. We, and then we were like, we should record a DeLorean. They were like, DeLoreans just sound kind of, they don't sound anything.
They really don't have much character.
Yeah. And the movie, you don't really hear the DeLorean. You hear it start.
Yeah. You sell it and then you're done. Yeah.
And it's on because it's the 80s and that's what they did in movies in the 80s.
But that's kind of what I'm getting at is that, it doesn't have to come, it's like Walter's rule of 3 of anything. If you hear any more, it just turns into mush. And this is a really good example of that kind of philosophy.
So we would pick what would sell things. And Spielberg is as a filmmaker, that's what he asks for. And so he would say especially during that race. So the race, something will happen and it's kind of far off, but it's our main person or main character. Mm-hmm. And he says, I want to sell the idea that he's almost falling here and that he saves it at the last second. And you guys, you have to sell it with sound because it's so busy with everything else. So we toned down and edited out all this stuff and then pointed the audience towards what we're looking at and made it very succinct of what's happening, exactly at the moment. Squeal, break, crash, bonk, bonk, bonk.
Yeah. And some moments of silence in between there too, which is really effective.
Right. Yeah. So you have to do that because you have to make space for what you really want to hear.
Yeah. Notch out room for the important. The story. And as for classic effects, also you had I hear Gary's T-Rex roar got in there a couple times. Yeah. Where did King Kong come from? Did you make that or
King
do you remember?
Kong, I didn't make it.
Okay.
Gary made King Kong. I think he did.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Yes. He did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did Kong.
It's a throwback to Spivak. Murray Spivak.
Right. And it was, all that stuff was kind of based on the classic stuff, the alien guns, the Terminator railgun, the this, the that. And,
right. Yeah. And what else did you said you worked on some of the other stuff in that show? What was some of your other sequences that you remember?
In Ready Player One, I did a lot of, again, the interface sounds and, just all that kind of stuff. I did all yes. Well, it's all retro. So, we were making like bleeps and bloops and it just like kind of retro sounds because it was supposed to be this guy who was a kid in the 80s. So.
And you would think that, in some instances, like your cell phone ring can be very personal, and you'd think that somebody would assign, whatever sounds they want to something like that.
Right. Yes. We actually kind of talked about that. Like, we're like, well, it's, it's your virtual reality world. So you would make it the way you want it to be, and then other people who like the same things as you would be there. And that's kind of in the book as well.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah.
And I did almost all the weapons in the thing. So, and there was a lot of weapons.
And they're all different too. Different bad guys, good guys. And
there's ninja swords and there's this and there's classic, like I said, Ripley's gun and it's it's just like on and on and on, and ridiculous guns, and
Mhm.
so.
And somebody cut that damn scream into there too. It's pitched a little different, but I
Yeah,
could tell. I caught it.
yeah.
It's like in the first reel too. I think it's Daito and Sho battling somebody.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
opening battle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, I think that's where we put it there